Today we are talking about a watch that does not exist anymore, and it could be yours for free. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chase, and this is All Things Random, mostly watch reviews with some random stuff sprinkled in between. Look, I just hit 30,000 subs, and it has been an absolute and utter grind year after year. And finally, we hit it. So what I decided to do is give away my J&G academic watch. This is a watch that had a limited run. If you guys know, Gary from I Like Watches has a friend, James, who designed the Exciton 2, and the Academic, their own watches designed from scratch, from the ground up. Not one of these, hey, we're going to take a case from this and we're going to kind of homage this and just kind of tweak it from the ground up. The Academic is a ground up watch, just like the Exciton and the Exciton 2. So what I'm going to do whenever I hit 35,000 subs, so 5,000 more subs, I'm going to give away this watch. Now, I've done some giveaways in the past, and we'll talk about what you guys need to do closer to the end of the video. But first, do me a favor. If you're here, hit the subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And you could be the owner of this amazing watch right here. Of course, there's more to it. I'll talk about it at the end. But let's go ahead and flip the camera around. Do a quick hands-on portion of this video so you can see how great this Academic watch is. Then we'll discuss it more towards the end. The Academic, to me, is just an amazing watch, and they did it in several different colors. And this one that I have here that was sent to me by Gary to review, I'm going to be open and honest with you because I love what they were doing. I bought the Exciton, and then Gary said, hey, if I send you the Academic for free, would you review it? And I was like, absolutely, I would. So it was a beautiful collaboration a couple years ago, but the Academic just didn't take off. Now, this thing is 38 millimeters in diameter. It's 10 millimeters thick. The lug-to-lug or overall footprint of this watch is going to be 45, and the lug width is going to be 20 millimeters. Now, one of the things that I do love about this watch, it's not like every other watch out there. Now, they could have designed a watch that used basic parts off the shelf from AliExpress, but they didn't. When James designed this watch, he designed it from the ground up. Same thing with the Exciton. It's quite lovely whenever you find that someone is so passionate about a watch, they do things just slightly different. Like if you look at the case shape is not like a standard diver. It's not like a standard cushion case or a tonneau case or anything else. It has a high polished bezel. You can see that it has a brushed, almost like a mix between a cushion and a standard, but you can see that it's like very soft on the edges, but then it comes down to these lugs that are done quite nicely that kind of jut down along the wrist, but then it's got chamfered edges, and then it has a high polished back that displays the 90-39 Miyota movement, which is not a cheap movement. It is a premium movement for the Miyota series. I mean, just everything done on this watch is quite beautiful. From the Roman numerals at the 12, the 3, the 6, and the 9, the baton indices that fill in the rest, the simplicity of the J and G just below the 12 and the Academic just above the 6. Not overly cluttered, just a beautifully done watch. Now, this is on a green matching Vario strap because Vario makes some pretty damn good straps, but are they as good as a Chase strap? Well, because this is part of a giveaway, I am adding in a limited edition Italian leather calf strap for this watch as well. Now, for me, 38 millimeters is almost the perfect size watch for the average wrist. My wrist is 7¼ so let's go ahead and toss it on my wrist and I'll tell you what I mean. Now, this is my wrist, again, 7¼ and you can see that 38 millimeter actually is a perfect size, especially with the 45 lug to lug. The footprint of the watch is it's perfect. I really think that between 37 and 40 millimeters, when it comes to a actual case diameter, a lug to lug of anywhere from 45 to 47 is right in the sweet spot. This thing is the sweet spot. And to me, it is a perfect everyday watch. Now, if the green is not for you, I understand. They did do it in other colors, but sadly, this thing does not exist anymore. No longer. Just the people who have the watches. And I thought it would be special to give this one away to one of my subscribers at 35,000 subs. Now, it has been a grind here on YouTube just to get to 35,000 subs. And I thought for one of you guys, I would give away something that is rare, unique, built with passion and love from James and Gary from I Like Watches. Okay, so now that you've seen the hands-on portion of the academic, it's an absolutely beautiful watch. I am so sad that you have two people who are extremely passionate about watches. Gary, who does a lot of watch, he's had his hands on so many watches, and James, who is a scientist, who is a watch lover, who built the perfect watch from the ground up. And the Exciton is the perfect dive watch. The Exciton 2, an amazing bracelet. And for some reason, the academic just didn't pique a lot of people's curiosities. Well, this is a watch that there's only so many of them, and they'll never be made again. So it is truly a collectible for a watch lover. Now, if you guys, when I hit about 34,000 subs, I'll do a follow-up video. And when I'll explain that follow-up video, since we're coming close to 35,000 subs, is I will leave a link down below. I've done this in the past for some giveaways, and I would do a Google document that you guys can go in and fill out a form. Now, the reason why you'd fill out a form is because, one, I want to make sure you guys actually get the watch. It doesn't make any sense to say, hey, I got 35,000 subs, random giveaway. Oh, Otashima Nagasaki, who only watched 3 videos 3 years ago, who didn't even watch this video, and now I can't even reach out to them to give the watch. So you got to have some skin in the game, right? It's for those people who come around all the time and watch the videos consistently. The form only takes like a minute and a half to fill out, but what it does is it gives me your email address so I can verify that you are an actual subscriber. It gives me your username, again, actual subscriber. The email is really to make sure that I can reach out to you if you win, and then I can actually send you the watch. So really, it's an email address, and it is your username so I can verify, and that's basically it. And then I will do a random drawing of those forms. Now, the last giveaway I did, I think I had like 20,000 subs, and I think only like 120 people actually submitted the forms. So your chance goes from 1 in 35,000 to 1 in like 200, 1 in 300, right? We'll see how many people actually enter the giveaway. Anyway, I will release that video in a few months. Let's get us there. If you're still here, hit the subscribe button. You got to, for this watch, but also it's free. It really does help the channel. It tells these watch companies to send me some watches. If you guys are ever interested in watches that I've reviewed for sale, sometimes watch companies will send me watches. Let's just say the value is like $200. I just put a SeaGull GMT calendar up for sale, and SeaGull sells it for $199. I think I sold it for like $70. I know someone tried to lowball me at $50. I had it up for $100, but I mean, $100 is half off what you would buy it from SeaGull directly. And that's to help fund the channel a little bit more. So check out watches for sale that I've reviewed down below. You guys get a hefty discount. These things are still brand new. Some of them I've worn, some of them are part of my personal collection. I'm offloading a lot of watches. I normally put up maybe 2 to 5 a week. They go pretty quick because, again, I'm just kind of giving them away in an attempt to help refund this channel and buy more watches to review. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.